Okay, welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 hour to make the best game ever. Good, so last session we struggled figuring out why our changes to the particle uplink cannon update would cause a mismatch. I have no clue. What I will do now is I will revert those changes in its entirety, and then and then that will be it. Yeah, I have no clue what the reason is. Okay, so we create a new branch, reverts particle uplink cannon updates refactor. Now we lost the commit message, unfortunately. Let me reset those files again. There we go. Revert this one. And this one. Okay. So it's reverting. Reverts that. Causes mismatching with replay. It is unclear to me what exactly causes this mismatch, but it is something with something with laser status born. So it's decaying. and that. Something with case, and it is caused by the changes around case. Because okay, labels this project major bug. Okay, then I would take these two guys as well and then put here reverted. Next to commits. Good. Good. Then next step. So I did have a problem last session. Somehow something is not right with the with simulating the replay version, the compatibility, retail compatible CRC. Here, these guys. So if we put this and this and this, let me see. Let me switch the branch to main. Let's debug. Okay. Okay, so all of these replays show as not being compatible. Why? Why? Shouldn't they show as compatible? Huh. I'm confused about that. Let me put a breakpoint here. let me open it here, RTS to option debug, configure. Okay, let me compile that in debug. Actually, no, I don't want to compile and debug. Abort. Debug is too heavy. Okay. Okay. So. Huh. I'm quite a bit confused about that. In the replay menu, mismatch. Header version number. Here. Exe CRC header. Okay. Let's open this. Let's see this one here. Okay, let's open our watch. The writable global data. The writable global data. Exe CRC. Good. Ini CRC. And the version major 1 for build number 259. I don't know where this number comes from. 601. Ah, that's the compiler, isn't it? Build location, someplace, someone. Okay. Okay. So version 1.4. Yeah. Why does the occasion is compatible? False. Okay, so our Exe CRC is D9555. This one is DA2B4B18. Difference. Different. This one is also different. Oof. They're all different. Oh, that sucks. There's some that share the same. A lot of different executables. Okay, some that have a common pattern. This one here, DA2B4B18. If we stop this debug session and we launch generals English, we launch command prompts, cd here, generals stem. The Exe CRC that is written in the header, is that not the Exe CRC from the global data, or is it something else? Let me see. How is this written? Read replay header. How do we write this replay header? Write to file. Write to file. Replay header. Let's search for Exe CRC. It must be playback file. Where's this written? This is a read. It's weird, I don't see a write to Exe CRC. It's really weird. Okay. Let's look in write to file. Oh, that's a message. Start recording. Start recording. Aha, there we go. Replay time. B false. Okay, date and time. Write out version info. There we go. Aha, so it does write the MX ECRC here. I see. Okay. Okay. Then, okay, and then now I'm surprised that there's so many different ones. If we launch general CD 104 exe, with minus win, minus quick starts, then that doesn't work. Okay, well, that's too bad. Let's try this one. This is the CD version. Okay. Load replay. Huh. Not everything shows white. That is actually surprising, right? It is surprising, yeah. Okay. Something is not right. Yeah. Why do we not get the same ID from this? I don't understand. What are we missing here? What are we missing? Which makes me believe that this one is wrong, right? And the question is, what is the correct one? What is the correct one then? What am I missing? When I first implemented it, I thought it worked correctly. Why would it not work now? I don't understand. Is it maybe just not correct with replays? But it is correct here, clearly. Maybe I'm missing something here. I'm missing something. Exe CRC. Compute CRC. I don't understand. I don't understand. What is wrong now? Oh man, I don't even know where to start looking. I thought that the last time we did this, everything was working correctly, and now suddenly it doesn't. Why? I don't get it. Okay, I just realized we did not install. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so Exe CRC. The version is 104. Goes in here, CRC block, compute. Okay, and so on and so on. Yeah. Then here the same bullshit and so on. Ah, shit. No, I jumped over that. Is CRC compatible? False. False. Everything is false. Yeah. Why? Yeah. The Exe CRC is not what I expected it to be. Compute CRC. Maybe I think we only tested this for generals, right? We didn't test it for 0 hour really. I think that's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we only tested it for generals. For 0 hour, we just assumed that this one will be the correct one, but it's probably not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that could be. Okay, then the question is, how do we find out the correct hash for 0 hour? Um, 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 think what we let's do a double check here. This we'd say FP. So it's this guy here, right? Yeah. Let's try this. Let's see what it generates. That's a different number here. Huh. That's a different number. Copy value. Okay. Okay, let's remove this one here. And let's have a breakpoint down here, yeah. That one looks familiar. Yeah, okay. Then the error is that this here is somehow wrong and I have no idea what we used there. Yeah. Huh. Okay, well then this one is the correct one. Okay. We should probably also make it a U. Can we do a space U? No. U. Okay, then there was the error. Okay. We are also adding U here. Now, do we really need the Steam Exe and so on? Let me see if at least those are right. Yeah. Let's double check. EA app. Well, that didn't work. Let me put a breakpoint here. C4. That's also completely different. C418 for EA app. What numbers did I put there before? Totally wrong numbers. Huh. Copy value. Well, then let's put that value there. Let's try the Steam exe as well. Okay. Also completely different. Okay. Okay, let's see if this one now works correctly. Is CRC compatible? True. Okay, we get some good hits. Yeah, this looks correct now. Fantastic. Great. Great, great, great. I wonder if we should. I think it's clear. Okay, let's test the same for generals just to make sure. Okay. Incorrect order. I think upgrade languages. I think the entries in the scripts were simply the ones used for a particular use case, and really in a real program would not be hard coded like this. Fix Swedish language code in Python scripts. And we should call it in utility scripts. Rename Swedish language code in utility scripts. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Good. All right, so that has built. Then let's search for this one. So we're looking for generals here. So here I will also remove that and that and that. Yeah. And then here we do the same bullshit. We take this code, then we put this here, then we do open file, we take cd, put that here, we put a breakpoint here, then we put the pragma optimize off, and then we And then we set G generals as our startup project. And we compile once more. What is this? Custom mission. Adding custom mission. This, let me ask, is this the only string that patch 1.05 has added? Let me ask this as a review comments. Or are there more? Is it a fix? No, I don't know. Maybe. Add language strings for GUI custom mission. Good. Let's see that. Good. Let's run this. Oh. The usual bullshit. Okay, what do we have? 93D1. That looks correct. Huh. I wonder why I had it wrong in 0 hour, but correct in generals. That's really weird, isn't it? Okay, let's try EA app. EA app is correct. Okay. Let's try stem. Interesting. My guess is that maybe I had taken the CRC from the whole thing together with the SCB files and the version number. Right, that could be, yeah. Steam Exe is correct. Okay. Good. Okay. So this means that here in the replay menu, I should also see a bunch of whites, right? Options, no. Loads, no, they are all gray. Okay, why? Let me remove this here. Is that because of the version, right? This version here. Right. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Okay, good. Then let me clean up that change. So we reset this guy. Oof. There we go. Okay, so we reset this one and this. You reset that. Then we reset this and this. Okay. Then we create a new branch. Fix 0 hour CRC. CRC overrides exe CRC overrides CRC number. Value. Fix. How did we call the original change? CSC. Yeah, this one. So we call it fix, let's say a set correct fake CSC for there we go. Okay, so that's a follow-up for this guy. Okay, follow-up for that. This change sets the correct fake CRC value for 0 hour, and the other unused ones. On that note, no. No. Set the correct figure. Unclear why I had these correct, why I had these wrong. The ones for generals are correct. Okay, labels. Major ZH network. Good, then we have that. Now I would also like to revisit this one here. When it shows us the mismatch, the frame mismatch. Man, why is the music so shit? Let's confirm music. How about this one? Yeah, space is always good. Good. So, in-game UI message. Actually, this one is pretty annoying. Let's try another one. Good. So, in-game UI message. So, we should say okay, message Unicode format, label format. Okay. I think what we do is simply this, right? No? I'm surprised that this takes a Unicode string as format. Huh. How is that even correct here? Ah, that's correct, yeah. Oof. Weird, 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 weird. I find it weird that this can't default construct a Unicode string for us. Why is that? Does it not have a constructor? Why are we in ASCII string? I asked to go to Unicode string. There we go. Explicit. Explicit to avoid implicit conversions. Is the same true for ASCII string? Or is that implicit? I think ASCII string is implicit. Yeah, ASCII. So ASCII string is implicit. That's stupid. This is no longer explicit, as the conversion is almost always wanted. Note that this is no longer explicit, as the conversion is almost always wanted. But not for Unicode string, apparently. Strange. Okay, let's do it specifically. Unicode string. There we go. Re-enabled. A tweak. I don't think we need this here. We can remove the debug crash. Game CRC. Replace CRC. Frame. playback. New CRC. What? Yeah. New CRC. Isn't that wrong? Replay. New CRC. In game. Oh. I think the way that this is labeled is so confusing. So this refers to the replay playback, and this how it was recorded in the game. But it's really counterintuitive, isn't it? Oof. How about we give it different names? Like, so first it should contain CSC, right? And then we call this new CSC. New CSC. How do we call this? Replay in-game game CSC. Playback. So read CSC. New CSC is not playback CSC. New CSC is not playback CSC. In-game replay. Handle CSC message. If the network. Okay. Playback, new CSC. New CSC. It's still not clear to me which one is which. Which one is from the playback and which one is the simulated one. Which is which? It's so poorly labeled. I mean, here it says playback, but playback can mean both. Playback from the replay or playback what we have simulated, like the playback from the replay that we're currently doing, right? So it's this name is ambiguous in a way. And new is, I don't know, confusing. From playback. There's a bool from playback. Okay, so from playback. Okay, so it puts it in here and then it reads it back here. MCSC info from playback. Playback CSC. Okay, I'm really not sure what the difference, like how to understand this. Then I will just say here replace CSC and in-game CSC like it was originally. I don't understand this right now. Yeah, doesn't matter much. Okay, so basically we just want to see a message instead of the assert, right? Yeah. Okay, let's test that real quick. Not in generals. 0 out, please. Okay. So we just load any replay. Here, cool replay. Which doesn't go out of sync. But this does. Maybe it should debug log this. Log. The replay has gone out of sync. All bets off. Game CSC. Replay CSC. The way this is written is really confusing. The number. Oh, so prints a UI message with the CRC and frame number. Take a screenshot. Maybe we should not say CSC, just in-game replay. It's a bit hard to read this, isn't it? I think that's okay. Let's get a nice image. That looks like a nice image. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Maybe maybe here we can actually cache this one here. We say get frame, queue size. Consts. Unsigned int. Mismatch frame equals this. Okay. Create a new branch for this tweak. Mismatch. Say replay. Mismatch message. By the way, this only triggers on replay, right? Handle CRC message. Playback. Yeah. It's only on playback. Okay. Okay. Gen ZH. Add. I do wonder though if we should make a translation for this. Let me see. Where is it? Recorder. So technically it's not perfect. We would also have the game text, fetch or substitute. Then we would do label, GUI, CSC mismatch, folder. CRC mismatch. CRC mismatch. CRC mismatch details. Then we would take that. Fetch our substitutes. Unicode string. Mismatch details str. I think that's a bit better, isn't it? Can also make this const, right? Okay. Let's test this one more time just to make sure. So this is add a details message on replay CSC mismatch, replay playback CSC mismatch. Add message with additional information on replay playback CSC mismatch. Looks good. Okay, cool. Then we take that, we commit that, and we push that, and then we are done. This change adds additional information on CSC mismatch, replay playback CSC mismatch. This adds additional information. The frame number is useful to then use that for debug from frame n plus x. For command line. Labels debug minor text. Let's add the image. Documents. No. Gentoo images. And this one. Okay. Good. What do we do next? So I wanted to look into this problem here. IP address. Here, this one. It's a really innocent looking issue. Changing resolution in options menu will reset IP addresses to first in list. Yeah. So you change the resolution and that will reset that. The issue occurs in options menu in the save options function when the shell is deleted and nulled. I guess so, yeah. Saving IP settings before deleting resolves the issue. Move the IP address block. I have no idea what he's saying here. I mean, yeah, the shell is being deleted, so the windows are being deleted, the options menu is deleted. I do wonder if this... Let's test this issue with our change we made, where we don't close the options menu here. Options menu close on resolution change. Not close on resolution change. Let's compile our generals. Don't need that. Yeah. So I have no idea what he's saying here because I don't see any change. he didn't change anything. He just says what needs to be done, but he doesn't actually implement it here, right? But yeah, the location he's pointing to is correct. Yeah, it's here the shell is being deleted. Yeah, okay, so he was not very specific about how to fix that. But we will figure it out, no problem. No. Good, so. Generate. Good, so. Good, let's first build that shit. Okay. Notifications. Oh, oof. I can check. Well, there's more. Start game button may be new. Not affecting it. The start game button may be new since GUI start game is not affecting it in my testing. Well, there's a bunch of strings here. There are a bunch. Yeah. Good. So we have compiled that. Now we need to install again. Okay, so good. So first we want to check if that bug still occurs with the options menu not, well, with the options menu technically is still closing. It's being recreated. Let's see what happens now. Let's see what happens. So we set the IP to some number here, yeah, like this. Let's put it here to this one, 210.1, whatever. Accept. Okay. Now if we go here in options, oh, it already has reset it. Huh? Ah, did we not click accept before? Let me try that again. Okay, now it has saved it. Okay, now we change the resolution. So it's set to 203.1. We press accept and it's still the same. It's still the same. Let's try it with the LAN IP. We set it to the same. Huh. That's weird. It has been changed for some reason here. I didn't do anything, but it changed. How did that happen? Let me try that again. We set it to 5020, yeah. Accept, cancel. Okay. Now we change the resolution. Okay, it still looks okay. Let's click on cancel. It still looks okay. Now set it to 2.3. There's some bug, but it's weird. Huh? Okay, that doesn't behave the way I expected it to be. Let's set it to this, yeah, and this. Accept, cancel. Okay, that is saved. Let's change the resolution. Still looks fine. Let's click on accept and then cancel. Aha, now it's wrong. So you change the resolution, then you click on accept, and then you click on cancel, and then it's wrong. What? What? So let's do it again. We set this. We change the resolution. We click on OK. We click on cancel, and then it's OK. We change the resolution. Accept. OK. Now we click accept. We click cancel. We open it, and now it's changed. Hey. What is this behavior? Why is this so retarded? Okay, let's try to understand why this happens. Actually, let's first try to reproduce it in the original without our options menu. If it's the exact same repro or not, I would like to see. Because that is wild. That is wild. Yeah, let's go to here. Check out this commit. Yeah. So that is just before we touch the options menu. Yeah. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. Then let's install that. Good. So options. So we change this. Now we press accept. Oh, it closes it immediately when we press accept. Oh. Okay, I just realized that our change with the options menu has somehow broken the accept. It's no longer closing automatically. How did that happen? Oh boy. Okay, let's test this. Okay, so we change the resolution. Okay, and now it's changed. It has changed. Accept. So okay, so if we change the resolution, okay, then here it resets. Okay. let's fix it for the legacy menu behavior, because now I'm not so sure anymore if our options menu change with not closing is actually all that great, because I totally missed that pressing accept actually closes the menu. Yeah, okay. Okay, interesting. Good. So how do we fix that? Let's see. It's options menu. Options menu. Okay. So IP address. So here we have these combo boxes. Yeah. Let's see. Right, so when we delete the shell here, then this one becomes null. Right. 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 Well, it doesn't become not. It actually does it. Where does this live? Is this actually a dangling pointer then? Oh. I suspect that the fix here is to move this guy, the resolution change, to the end. To the end of the function. To the end of the function, yeah. Right? Because at this moment, when we delete the shell here, then this pointer will be dangling. Right? Here. Ah, no, it's a static. It's a static. Where's the set? Ah, it is called an options menu in it. Okay, so I think the easiest fix here is to move the resolution shit to the end of this block here. There. Here. Let's test that. Because then all the other settings are done processing, and then we can, yeah, go more nuclear on this, right? Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So we change this to that, and then we press on accept. Okay, and now it has saved this. Yeah. Yeah. Now we select something else, yeah, like this. Now we change the resolution. Okay. And it has saved it, yeah. So that's the fix. To move the resolution change to the end. So that the other options are not disturbed. Yeah. Okay, he also says that, yeah. Move the IP address block above the resolution block. I would go so far, the resolution block simply must be the last thing. It's not just about the IPs, it's about everything. Everything should come after the resolution, because the resolution change is nuclear. It destroys everything. Yeah. Okay. Then I think the problem is we still have other changes that touch that. So we first need to merge the other changes, and then we can do that. The proper fix here is to move the resolution change to the very end, behind all other options, behind processing all other options. Yeah. Good. Then let me reset this. Good. So let's get back here to our close on resolution change. No longer close the options menu when changing display resolution. Right. Okay. So I think this change here, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense now, does it? Yeah. Because we are not, we are supposed to close the options menu when we press the accept button. Right. Okay, let me go to my change proposal here. Yeah, we should maybe. Yeah, it's weird that this change now also affects pressing the accept button. That's weird, yeah. Why? If we click on accept here, it also no longer closes the options menu. That is unexpected, right? Isn't that unexpected? Yeah, why is this happening? When we press the accept button, options menu. Why is it not closing anymore? If we yeah, I'm confused by this. That is weird. That is weird. If we go to shell CPP, and we don't put the options menu here. Here. Show options. Options. Okay, it also no longer closes. That's a bug somehow, and I don't know how I have introduced that. Yeah. Good. Let me remove this here as well, and this here, and this here, and yeah, why does it on accept button no longer close the menu? That's weird. Yeah, okay, but now if we change the resolution, it will close it again and do this. Okay, so it works now correctly for the case where you change the resolution, but it does not work the way it did before when pressing the accept button. Why not? What did we change? What did we change? That is weird. Options menu. Ah, this one. This one. Destroy options layout. Right? Options menu. Here, button accept. There we go. There we go. Good. And that's options and accept that closes it again. Yeah. Okay. Then I think we should do that. So basically, it's just a giant refactor now. Good. Let me clean this up then. I go to shell. I remove all that. Maybe recreate window layouts. Maybe we should maybe we should say here bool recreate options false. And then we say if recreate options. I think to keep the code simple, we can just delete that. Yeah. Keep the code simple. There we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, what else? So we removed all this garbage. Then in the shell util, do that. Okay. Then we remove that. Now then the question is, do we also still need the changes that we did here? Then I think we can also remove this function again. If we don't use it, remove it again. There we go. And then here we can remove this again. Here. Put this. Okay. I think this is fair. Okay, let's see if that compiles. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then do not close close the options menu on resolution change again. Okay, let me push that. Okay. Then that means this change is now just a refactor, pretty much. Let me see. So here we change a bunch of that. Yeah. Immediate. Recreate window layouts. Deconstruct. Sure. We still need to do the delete pref here, right? Yeah, I think we need to do this. functions menu. Yeah, I think this needs to go back in here. Put a breakpoint. Okay, so we change the resolution, accept, and then it writes it out, and then it deletes it, and this, and then it does things, destroy, and there we go. Okay. Okay. Now the resolution change looks a bit glitchy, right? Like when it does it, like we see the menu looks shitty for a moment, but I think that also happens originally. Delete the pref again. Okay, so effectively this change should now be just a refactor. Which begs the questions, do we still need this shell util file? Because we could just simplify it to yeah, we could probably remove that file again. So wherever this function is called, we just call these two functions now. Here. Call this. These two. And here. These two. Then we remove that. Remove that. That. Then we go here. Then we remove this file. Then we remove this file. And then we search for shell util.h here. Then we remove that, and that, and that, and that. Et voila. Save all. Okay. Okay, let's compile that. Then we call that remove the shell util files again. Maybe on this call here. Maybe on this call here we put this as a space. Okay, cool. Good. Remove the shell util files again. Good. Let's see if that still works correctly. Okay. Options, change resolution. Yep. Skirmish, load a match. Looks correct. Okay. Good. Then we push that as well. Stage commits. Okay. Okay. Then I would say improve the implementation for shell recreation on resolution change. Display resolution change. Improve implementation for shell recreation on display resolution change. Let's call this refactor. Refactor implementation for shell recreation or display change. Yeah. So that's a refactor. This change refactors the way the shell recreation is implemented. It now recreates the Windows stack with the previous states instead of recreating it manually by pushing the main menu, .wnd wnd the main menu wnd menus slash. The initial motivation here was to try and make the display resolution change also work in-game, but that will require a lot more work on top of this. So this change only makes improvements towards changing the resolution in the main menu. User facing, nothing changes. Then we remove this. Okay, this change refactors the way the shell recreation is implemented. It now recreates a Windows stack with a previous state instead of recreating it manually and pushing. Okay, this also means that the comment that he put here was actually correct. And it was not an off topic. I totally was confused here. How do I make it not off topic? Unhide. Quote reply. Right. I totally was confused here with what I was doing. This change was bogus. I have now thrown out all the garbage that did not close the options menu, and the behavior is now the exact same as before. It now is a refactor. I've now thrown out all the junk that changed the options menu except button behavior. It now functions the same way as it did originally. I totally was confused here with what I was doing. Now is a refactor towards making resolution change work in the in-game one day, but the options menu will keep closing on pressing the accept button. In the future change the options when we keep closing on pressing the accept button. It functions the same way. It's now refactored towards making a resolution change work in game in a future change. Okay. I was totally confused here with what I was doing. This change should be correct now. Okay, so this one was approved. That's good. Fantastic. Then I will merge this next. Okay. It should be okay. We can add overrides and final keywords. Override and final keywords. Final macros. It's ultimately, practically there is not much benefit to doing this now, though, unless it finds bugs. If they are not colliding with anything. Good. I think I will take a break here. We made a bit of progress. That's good. Fixed some of my junk here. Yeah. Okay. Good. Then we have a lot of approved things here that we should merge. I will start merging changes soon. Now that we solved the mismatch situation. Changes soon. Okay. Good. I will take a break here. It has been 2 hours, 40 minutes. Yeah, I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.